Boys has been evacuated because of the Grassy Ridge fire.
Now, we've been keeping in contact with the Clark County Sheriff's Office for the latest updates. They say that the fire is now only about 3 miles out of town. A thundercell over the area is causing some strong winds and pushing it, which has forced that evacuation. The fire jumped overnight from about 15,000 acres to 60,000 acres and then again to 76,000 acres just this afternoon. Again, if you are in Dubois, you need to leave immediately. Grab what you can and then head out. You can go north or south on I-15. No word yet on when everyone can go back home.
Now, here are some closures to worry about. Red Road is closed from the Sand Dunes to Kilgore Road. Grassy Ridge Road is closed, and Clark County has also closed the A2 road to the junction of Red Road. Ranchers were being let in where it's safe to get their cows. Now, you can still travel to Kilgore by taking the Spencer-Idman Road. The Sheriff's Office is working with Bonneville County Emergency Management to set up shelters. Right now, evacuees are being sent to the Hamer Church and Hamer School. And we have Mike Collette, who is live at Hamer Elementary School right now, where some people have been evacuated to. Mike, tell us what's going on there. What do you know?
Misty, I don't know much. What you just said with the fire being 3 miles out. I've got Sandy Melanese with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, and she's got a little more information. So Sandy, who do we have here helping out right now?
So right now we have the community of Hamer who has pulled together to accommodate the evacuees of Dubois. We also have the Lions Club, the LDS Church. We have Red Cross en route to have a liaison here for point of contact. We also have ASPR, which is a 7-county coalition organization to get sleeping cots, sleeping bags, and that is what we're in need of right now.
So you're in need of all of that. If people wanted to donate, where could they donate?
They could donate through Red Cross right now. They could bring it directly to the Hamer Elementary, and that's where we're set up right now between the elementary school and the church.
Awesome. Now, Dubois, we just said it, about 3 miles. The fire's 3 miles out from there. What about Hamer? Are we in trouble here? Are we okay? What are we looking at out here?
Okay, so right now Hamer is safe. Earlier today, the outskirts of Hamer were in danger, but they kept the farmland safe, and the wind shifted that straight over to Dubois. So right now we are safe.
Okay, cool. And unless you need to be here, would you prefer no outsiders come in or volunteers or?
Volunteers would be greatly needed. We are just trying to get the school set up for sleeping tonight. We have tents, and we're hopefully getting cots brought in. So volunteers, yes. Extra traffic probably would be best diverted elsewhere.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you very much, Sandy. We will have much more on our website, localnews8.com, but for now, I'm going to send it back to Misty and Linda at the desk.
All right, Mike, thank you for that update. And again, a mandatory evacuation for the town of Dubois. We'll have more on this story at localnews8.com. And really quick, I actually have a statement from one of the evacuees that was sent to me just minutes ago. And I want to read that to you here. It says, "It was a normal day. Just heard water trucks driving by. Smoke was filling the house. It was about 6:40 p.m. when the state police came to tell us we had only 25 minutes to evacuate. They said we only had 25 minutes to grab what we could and leave. We started grabbing clothes, and we couldn't believe only 25 minutes to pick up and leave. I grabbed my kids and my clothes and left. We don't know when we will be able to go back soon. We are not given any information, just that we had to leave. I feel sad. We have so many new things in our home, and we don't want to lose our house. We don't want to start from the bottom. So now we wait and hope we have our home in town to go back to." An update on that mandatory evacuation for Dubois. The fire is now 2.5 miles out of town. And again, a couple of those road closures to watch for: Red Road, Grassy Ridge Road, and A2 Road to the junction of Red Road. And Linda, we've said it earlier, 15,000 acres overnight to 60,000 because of those winds.
It was a huge jump, and the winds, they had a thundercell that moved through the area with some very high winds, some very gusty winds. And again, those temperatures are very warm, and the winds are going to continue. Another chance tomorrow for some more of those thunder and lightning conditions. They also said that they do need blankets, sleeping bags, and pillows. If you have any of that, please let the Red Cross know.
And those go to Hamer Elementary,
yes,
is where the evacuees are going there. So you can find all the latest on this on our website, localnews8.com. Back here tomorrow night.
Good night.
You're watching Local News 8 at 6. Local people, local news.
Well, can you believe it? Drivers say whiteout conditions on I-15 between Pocatello and Fort Hall caused several accidents this afternoon. 5 cars off the road and others were crashing into each other.
One semi rear-ended into another semi near the Fort Hall exit. Some people were hurt, but their conditions are unknown at this time. Idaho State Police are currently investigating the situation. Now we have here, this is the latest Idaho Transportation Department webcam of that area. You can see that northbound lane still is really backed up. Southbound lane moving a little bit better, but an area that you may want to avoid.
You think? I would guess so too. Let's see what the Pocatello Skycam looks like. Still pretty wet looking, so we will go right now to Michael Coates and see what he can tell us about how weird that is. I mean, I know you said there would be some snowstorms coming, but I think that's kind of a surprise that it was so bad that have all those wrecks.
Well, and it doesn't take much, but it's this rain-snow mix and it's the slush. So when we get these slushy conditions, especially when we're in the shoulder seasons going into and out of winter, that's also, we can really see some treacherous driving conditions when you get that mixture of rain and snow. And we had many reports from folks in the area reporting grapple. Grapple, those are the little snow pellets or snow grains. It's not hail. Hail would be like a pure ice cube or a pure stone of ice that comes out of a thunderstorm. We haven't had any thunderstorms, but this is just that grapple, the rain-snow mix, and everything in between there. And we still got some rain, snow showers coming through Pocatello, Chubbuck right now, and you just saw that, the dark skies on the Farm Bureau Skycam, and a little bit of that wet weather just outside of, on the north side of American Falls. Still got some wet weather also along Highway 30 from McCammon through Lava down through Gem Valley and up to around Soda Springs. Also spotty snow and rain showers just outside of Preston and Franklin, and more wet weather as you make your way along I-86 out through I-84. In the Mini-Cassia area, we've been seeing some rain showers there through Burley, Rupert, and right there through the Albion area. So we'll continue to see some scattered showers in that direction. Also, just a little bit of some light snow in the Tetons. Winds have also been problematic. We're looking at winds out of the north that's pushing that wet weather to the south. And we'll continue to have some scattered showers here for tonight with lows back into the 20s. More on this in your full forecast for the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a bit.
You're watching Local News 8 at 6. Local people, local news.
Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful day. The snow can be so irritating, but you bring out the sun and the beautiful blue skies, and everybody is happy.
Yeah, this is a look at downtown Idaho Falls today. The Snake River was mostly frozen over due to those really cold temperatures we had the past couple of days. And there's some snow covering the area. We haven't had any major storms, but a few inches here, a few inches there, and it all starts to kind of add up, doesn't it, Carol?
Yes, it does. Just look in our own backyard. We decided we'd step outside just to prove to you, yeah, there is snow on the ground. And
Yes.
we have, what, about a half a foot, would you say, Jay?
Well, right
Maybe
here,
a little
it's
more.
added up. Some of this is because it's been shoveled right here. But let me just step in this. It goes, it goes down a ways here. It's a little bit crusty. Let's see.
Hey, nice one.
Yeah, can't
nice
get down too
one.
far. It's about up to the top of my boots here.
We call it ankle deep.
Yeah, so I think you should do a snow angel now. I jumped in the snow.
You think I should do a snow?
Yes, it's
I think you
beautiful
should
for
just
that.
shovel the rest of the walk.
Okay.
All right, Mike, what's going to happen next?
I want to see Jay do a snow angel now after that nice little jump. Okay, so yeah, we had that convergence zone last night. We talked about it for a couple of days, and sure enough, delivering that convergence zone right around 10:30 last night for a couple of good hours, delivering about 2 to 4 inches up and down the Snake River Plain. And then we also saw some snow getting to the high country and then clearing out with some very cold conditions. Still got some cloud cover around the Tetons here from the Teutonia webcam from Fall River Propane. And then let's go to Rexburg. We've been sitting with cold conditions all day long and a bit of some sunshine. There will be more cloud cover tomorrow because there's stormy weather heading in for your Saturday and Sunday. We're sitting with 13 degrees at the airport in Rexburg, winds out of the southwest at 6, 10 in Idaho Falls at the airport, 11 at the Pocatello airport, 4 in Chalice, 9 in Salmon, 2 in Driggs. And we're getting winds out of the southwest around 5 to 10 miles an hour, so that is leading to a bit of a wind chill out there. It feels like 0 in Idaho Falls with the wind chill, 11 below for the wind chill in Jackson, 17 below for the wind chill in West Yellowstone, Montana, and 6 below for the wind chill in Stanley. Lows tonight falling back below 0 in IF, just around 0 in Pocatello, a little bit above 0 tonight, in fact, and will be about 16 below for the air temperature in Jackson. When I get back with you in just a bit, we're talking about more snow for the weekend, and one place still cleaning up from snow. Pocatello, they shut down the schools today down there. And let's go to Max Cohan, who's standing by live. They're still dealing with slide-offs and cleaning up from the snow and similar conditions in Idaho Falls. Max, what's going on right now?
Thanks, Mike. That's right. And with that precipitation heading our way, it's likely we're going to see more accidents. With snow blanketing the region over this week, the Idaho State Police have been busy responding to incidents and accidents in high quantities. Lieutenant Mike Winans explains.
Yeah, this time of year is typically very busy for us. Just to put it in perspective, on Monday, I think we ended up with 40 slide-offs, 9 crashes. The next day was a little bit slower. I think we only had 17 slide-offs and a few reportable crashes, and then yesterday wasn't as bad with just 2 crashes. So, but when the storms come in, that's when we expect people crashing into one another.
Winans said ISP actually had a trooper's vehicle get hit on Monday night, causing about $4,000 worth of damage. And accidents of the sort have auto body shops all over filled with vehicles in need of repair. Roy Hall of J&J Auto Body says the weather definitely has an impact on business.
I would say we probably increased 25 to 30%. I would say, yeah, most of the oil-related, definitely.
Eastbound lane, a semi came down the eastbound lane and tried to pass the SUV, and then it got stuck under the underpass.
A car was also washed out under the Northgate Mile underpass, and other cars just actually literally started floating away. Drivers are encouraged to avoid the downtown area because there's still a lot of water in the area. If you have any property damage, you can also call dispatch at 208-529-1200.
So let's check in with our chief meteorologist. So Mike, yesterday it was all wind, today it was all rain.
This is a completely different thunderstorm. I mean, this thunderstorm had a lot more moisture packed into it and not a whole lot of wind. Yesterday's thunderstorm did a lot of damage with the wind and a lot of lightning, also leading to fires. Now, this thunderstorm came in pretty quickly. We saw it developing around 2 o'clock, a very typical air mass thunderstorm. You really don't see them get into formation until just a couple of hours before they start to set up. So we started to see this guy around 2 o'clock coming over the desert, and then it started to move into town. This is what it looked like from the hills. Kip Steed got this picture here from the Iona foothills, or the Ammoth foothills, and I have to step out of frame here because I got to jump start my computer and to see if I can get that thing going here. But it is really just an impressive sight here as that thunderstorm just quickly rolled into Idaho Falls, and very narrow. I mean, this thing was mostly on the north side of town. South side of town didn't see much at all. And this is the hail that came through at our station. Todd Coons got this pea-sized hail. And again, not a severe thunderstorm in traditional sense, but we did get a severe thunderstorm warning for the hail and also some of the wind. But the thunderstorm threat really just opening up the water there for downtown Idaho Falls and the Northgate Mile area. But things are now calming down as we speak, as we take a live look at Idaho Falls on the First Alert Viper radar. The thunderstorm threat has moved off to the east towards Swan Valley, Irwin. It's going to continue to march off towards Alpine and further up towards Jackson and just skirting to the south of Teton County, Idaho. A few little weak hits of rain around Blackfoot, Wapello, but this is just some thundercloud activity, not a whole lot of rain actually hitting the ground there. And we've had one little thunderstorm coming out of the Hamer area, now making its way north of St. Anthony and heading back into Ashton. Right now in Idaho Falls, we have temperatures warming back up. We were into the 60s. Now we're getting back into the 80s. That's a quick little turnaround from that thunderstorm threat. When I come back, we're going to talk more about the heat, and we're still not out of the woods yet. We still have more thunderstorms in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Back to the news desk.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. In our fire alert, the Bureau of Land Management is responding to a fire 15 miles northwest of St. Anthony. The Grassy Ridge Fire is north of Red Road. It burned 350 acres so far. It was caused by lightning. No structures are threatened at this time, and crews hope to have it contained by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll have updates on our website at localnews8.com. Also in your fire watch, the BLM is now saying the Devil's Hole fire is only half the size they initially estimated. Officials now say the fire burning 10 miles north of Hamer near Jones Crossing is around 2,300 acres instead of the 5,000 they initially told us yesterday. The fire was caused by lightning and is now 80% contained. They hope to have it fully contained by 10 o'clock tonight. Thankfully, no homes are being threatened at this time. It was a thunderstorm. Look at that, dust just rolling across the baseball diamonds at Bonneville High School as a thunderstorm rolls through Idaho Falls area this afternoon. Winds were recorded to be in the 60-mile-per-hour range.
Wow, that windstorm is nasty. You're not going to get that grit out of your teeth for days, you know?
Boy, that's something.
It caused power outages in and around Idaho Falls. So there are about 2,500 customers right now that are without power, and crews are working to get it back on as soon as they can and hoping to have all the power restored in the next 3 to 6 hours. We'll continue to post updates on our website at localnews8.com. What a mess.
Yeah, now we had some pictures that were shared with us of all the trees that fell down, some on cars.
Yeah.
The first one is shared from Kelly Smith in Idaho Falls, where a tree fell on a pickup near Fairway Estates there. And another photo shared with us from Sherilyn Richardson of a tree on top of a car. This also in Idaho Falls. Thanks for sending these pictures. If you have any pictures to share, please go to our website or use one of our apps and use the share feature.
You know, that storm this afternoon caused some small fires too, either from downed power lines or lightning strikes. One fire broke out on the Iona Hill, just east of Idaho Falls. You could see smoke from all around the valley. Sarah Steiner shared this with us of the flames. Local News 8's Katie Kelleher is there tonight on Iona Hill. Katie, you said the neighbors were the one who put the fire out real fast.
Carol, that's right. As soon as those neighbors saw the flame, they grabbed some shovels and ran over to the fire to help put it out. And I'll step out of the way here so you can see fire crews working to mop up the hot spots. They've pretty much done. They've been working on it for the past hour and a half or so. The dozer just left. They're kind of probably finishing up their investigation right now. The fire did start during the storm, but we are still waiting on confirmation of how it started. But again, the flames were put out pretty quickly, and then the fire department was not far behind to quickly mop up any of those hot spots. Now, it's still been pretty windy up here, cloudy, and are we supposed to be expecting any more weather? We'll toss it over to Chief Meteorologist Michael Coates. What are we expecting?
Well, we've been seeing the wind speeds really kick up around the 3-4 o'clock hour. We had a reported wind gust at 65 miles per hour. Several weather stations around Idaho Falls recording that wind gust, and that was the outflow from the thunderstorms. That was a very strong thunderstorm that we started to see around 2 o'clock coming across the desert. Now things are looking quieter. We still have a few pockets of rain showers coming across the Snake River Plain, and the thunderstorm threat right now blowing into Jackson Hole and further out towards Wyoming and far eastern Idaho. There's that one little thunderstorm over Idaho Falls on the north side in Yukon. That's moving due east, and that's going to be heading right along Highway 26. We have some spotty thunderstorms coming out of Lemhi, Custer, and Butte County off the central Idaho mountains coming across the desert. Got a couple thunder cells just to the west of Blackfoot and moving into the Basalt area. That's going to be moving in there from the west and also in through Lemhi and Clark County. We take a live look in Idaho Falls. We just got a quick shot of rain just as we were coming on the air here at 6 o'clock. We're looking to see drying conditions here for tonight with a few spotty thunderstorms. 79 degrees outside, but take you to Pocatello where we were at 89, and earlier just a bit ago we were at 95. 78 in Blackfoot, 77 in Rexburg. We're at 95 in Chalice, 85 in Stanley. We're at 100 right now in Boise. Wind speeds are erratic with the thunderstorms in play. We've been seeing some winds in Pocatello, the northeast, because they've been getting some of the outflow from these thunderstorms coming across the desert. We also been seeing some strong winds around American Falls and the reservoir there with, again, the thunderstorms coming across the desert. We've been seeing that wind spread out. 55 for Idaho Falls for the low tonight, 62 in Pocatello, 48 in Jackson. When I return, we're talking about a quieter weather forecast in that 8-day outlook. We'll talk more about that weekend as well in just a bit, but for now, I'll send it over to the news desk.